Alright, Chloe and I are going to go out and see if we can find some sand bass. It's that time of year. I was in a bit of a rush at the dock, had a pontoon boat pull up behind me, and so I didn't want to delay them any longer than necessary, especially since I'm solo on the boat today, which means I get to run the boat and the trailer. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go up the creek here. Red buds are blooming, so hopefully the sand bass have started moving up into the creek. Haven't had any rain in a little while. Hopefully there's still some sand bass up in there though. I bet there is. And for the city folk out there, working breed dogs such as this one can swim very, very well. She can literally swim across the lake if she wanted to, and has swam across the cove numerous times whenever I'm running jug lines. So don't worry about her not having her life jacket on. It is nothing unusual for her to jump overboard because she wants to go to the bank and go chase a beaver or something. There we go, getting a little airflow going in here. Okay, got my lines out. Just gonna do a little trolling, about 3 miles an hour. Hopefully there's not too much debris floating on the surface. I don't expect to catch anything in this part of the creek. I generally do better further on up the creek. But you never know, you won't catch a fish unless you got a hook in the water. I had to stop for a little bit, had some debris back there hung up on the prop, heard some rattling. So this is a good time anyways to stop and get Chloe a little bit of water. And maybe a little snack. Wind drifted us into the bank. No big deal though. There you go, Chloe. Nothing a boat hook won't fix. Alright, she's all fixed up. What's a pretty day out here? Not getting any bites, but it's still a pretty day. I'll get line back out and then I'll cast my lures back further back behind the boat. I've got them hanging off just off the edge right now just in case there's a crappie swims by while I was clearing the prop and getting Chloe a little snack. And away we go. Okay, if the trolling doesn't work, then I may come back down the creek and stop at some of these trees that have fallen in the water. Plug around them a little bit, see if I can pick up a crappie. Alright, There is our first sand bass. Alright, good deal. Caught that on one of those little Chinese rigs full of treble hooks. Gotta be careful. Ugh, them treble hooks are so sharp. Go. Crisis averted. All right, one sand bass on the board. Well, I had one. Unhanging my lure, and Chloe spotted a squirrel. So she jumped overboard right into the thick mud. I do not want her coming aboard with all that mud on her. So I'm going to go out here in the creek and let her swim out to me. And that should clean most of it off of her. Yeah, it looks like she needed to use the bathroom anyways. Looks like she wants to get out and run, sniff around for a little bit, so I'll let her do that while I troll down the creek. Might luck out and catch something. If I don't get anything here in the creek, I may go out in the lake. I may find the sand bass staging just outside the mouth of the creek. Oh, she's muddy. Okay, I noticed she's in the middle of the creek swimming for the boat. She's back there a little ways. So I'll let her catch up and then bring her back aboard. She ought to be clean by the time she gets to the boat. This is what I was telling city folks. These kind of dogs can swim for a long, long ways. In fact, a lot of times they enjoy it. You done running around? Well, come on. Alright, I'll set this camera down and get her on here. Yeah, you feel better? She's already shook water all over the deck here. And still shaking it. Alright, I'm going to continue on down the creek. Okay, the lines are back out. Water's actually clear in here. I don't have a bunch of floating debris, so maybe I'll luck out. Chloe's gonna lay on the bumper. Little turd jumped in the water again. I'm gonna go run around the bank over there and eat grass for a while. Oh well, I've dropped anchor here and I'm gonna plug a little bit, see if I can catch something. Then I might eat me a snack. I haven't even been fishing the last hour. So nice out here, listening to the birds, sitting out in the sun. Just kind of been dinking around on the boat, cleaning the solar panels and washing my windows. Although I'm not doing a great job of washing the windows. I at least attempted. Little Chloe's taking a nap. Pretty peaceful out here. I brought me a big old tumbler full of mullein tea, so that has hit the spot. Had a little chocolate pudding, and that's about it. I'll probably pick up fishing pole here in a little bit and see if I can catch something. Well, I've plugged in this hole for a while and have not even got a bite. So I'm going to go ahead and troll out of the creek, get out into the lake, and see if I can find something out there. If nothing else, at least it's a pretty day out on the lake. Get out here, and I need to get some sun anyways. Got some kayakers up here, so I'll figure out which side I need to get on.
Receive the compensation you deserve. We are currently investigating claims against State Farm.
Alright, I'm back on the dock. Fixing to load it up and head back to the house. Hope you all enjoyed that video. I know there wasn't a whole lot to it. It's just a day out on the lake. Good day though. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.